That's not good. Good morning from North Georgia. We are in a state park. I'm not exactly sure where. We pulled in about 11 o'clock last night, and it got cold. So cold, we're talking like 27 degrees. It's so cold that Gwen over here rented a cabin for us for the rest of the trip, which is amazing. But that's not going to stop our squatching experience. We're still going to go out and look for Bigfoot. So good morning from North Georgia. So last night was pretty rough, not going to lie. So Gwen and her infinite wisdom decided to rent a cabin for us for the remainder of our trip in Vogel State Park.
Hi.
And it is not bad. It's totally doable, and I don't think I'm ever going to go tent camping again. But we're on our way to Expedition Bigfoot, and we're going to update you live from there. This is really cool. This is the start of the Appalachian Trail. We are in the Cooper Creek Wildlife Management Area in the Chattahoochee National Forest. And we're driving down this back road, Forest Service Road 33, maybe. Duncan Ridge Road, I think it's called. And we're looking for Bigfoot. So we'll keep you updated. We were on this road looking for a campsite last night. So we know we've been on this road and it goes back about, we think 7 miles or so. So we're going to take a look at it. We moved down the road a little bit where it's up the mountain where it's a little less windy on this side, I think. So we're going to therm and maybe do a vocalization here. Gwen's gonna do a vocalization.
Oh God, no, Gwen's not.
Oh.
Gwen sucks at vocalizations.
Well, what? Well, Gwen should do one.
Oh God, the pressure. Oh.
Oh, okay. All right.
That was terrible.
That was good.
Oh, shut up.
Bunch of really cool decals in on our Etsy page. They're only $2 each. Let me show you some of them. Bigfoot and Nessie Believe. Come on. Popular one is the Picasso Bigfoot Starry Night. Absolutely. We got Squatchy over here. That's a good seller. We got a ton of other stuff too. We got Bigfoot keychains and magnets. These are cool. You can check these out as well. And we got plenty of jewelry, Bigfoot jewelry, bracelets, necklaces, anything you can imagine Squatch related over on our Etsy page. It's etsy.com/shop/shadow of red eye. So you've been doing Bigfooting before this?
Okay.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
We had just got into it.
Okay.
I had not had a solid.
Yeah.
We haven't been into it long.
Okay. That's cool. And how long ago was that?
That happened on 9/11 of 2019.
Oh, okay. So not too far. You want to walk back up there?
Sure. If we walk down there, it's probably
Sure.
a little bit less.
I'll follow you guys. Absolutely.
I was going to say, we can do one of two things. We can either go up through here, or we can go back down this road a little bit and come up
Yeah, let's go. Let's do the nice easy.
Less steep.
Okay.
Yeah, let's the less steep part. That works for me. So you said you guys you're a Bigfoot like outfitter. What do you guys do?
We put on Bigfoot expeditions and excursions.
Cool. That's really cool.
And in between all that, we teach fly fishing and
Oh yeah.
take people fly fishing events on small streams.
That's awesome.
That is real.
Yeah, that's really cool.
We were warned once you start down this rabbit hole.
Yeah.
It goes long and deep.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Well, let's go. Let's take a walk. That's awesome. So how long have you guys been into the Bigfoot thing?
Started getting into it in about 2017.
Okay. What caused you to go down the rabbit hole?
We work on South Georgia and stuff. We used to watch, Finding Bigfoot on television. And then
Yeah.
one of my favorite movies was Boggy Creek.
Okay.
Boggy Creek. So we had never seen it and started watching it. And when we moved up here, we've seen Bigfoot stuff everywhere, like the museum. And,
Right.
We didn't know. We were especially him, very skeptical.
I'm the biggest skeptic in the world.
Right.
I was, yeah.
All right.
I was that guy that hunted fish and river bones swamps all my life.
Yeah.
There's crazy stuff out there, but just never thought nothing about it.
Right.
Then got doing this and got to learning what I had heard in the past. I was like, start putting two and two together. I was like, oh, wait a minute.
Right.
And then she saw this one up here.
Well, we heard stuff, a lot of stuff. I just didn't know what it was. Like the first time I heard a whoop, I called him on the phone. He was still in South Georgia. I said, "What kind of bird makes a whoop noise?"
All right, let's do it.
After you guys.
I go around the country and I talk about Bigfoot at libraries.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So that's what brings us down to Georgia here.
Yeah.
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 Is it?
Yeah.
We were actually bluff charged here once.
Oh,
wow.
really?
Oh yeah. Right off
Talking about
right off of this ridge.
Yeah. Wow. Oh wow.
I'm gonna peel that bag just to see if it left any real good stuff. And it did. That's an old track.
this going to be like a podcast, or is that what y'all do? Or?
So we have a show. It's every Monday we come out with a new episode.
Mhm.
It's a YouTube channel.
Okay.
I'll give you a card and everything, so you can. And what I'll do is, if you give me your email address, you can send it to me. I'll send you the episode before I air it.
Okay.
So make sure everything's kosher, up to par. But yeah, it's. I've been doing it since 2016. We're on our 8th season filming right now, so
Wow.
it's been a good road.
So all this started because of the rocks in Florida?
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. We got 4 rocks thrown at us, about fist size, and then my buddy threw a rock back at that direction, and then a laptop-sized boulder came crashing down
Guess he
through the
won.
trees. Yeah. So that's what started the whole thing.
Have you had a lot of people tell you their stories, or?
Oh yeah, especially with the car and everything. Yeah, I bet you guys do too, right?
Well, at first, I was so apprehensive to even tell anybody that I believed in Bigfoot or saw a Bigfoot, because they look at you like you got 2 heads.
Yeah.
But now I'm to the point. It
Yeah.
is what it is, you
Yeah.
know. So either they think you're crazy, or they're, oh my God, that's so cool, or I want
Yeah.
to come, or
Yeah.
so. But either way.
Yeah, when I first started out, I didn't tell anybody that I was into Bigfoot. And then, because I was apprehensive about it myself. And then, finally I was just like, I can't hide this anymore. This is too big a part of my life.
Exactly. I mean, you've seen my Jeep.
Yeah. I love the taillights. So do you want to go over, so this was your sighting location?
It was.
So tell me exactly what happened.
Okay. So Scott and I and a friend of ours were out scouting, looking around for, whatever we could find, because we had an upcoming camping trip here. So we had been on that side, and we walked down the road here, come back up this side, walked through the woods down there, and there was a tree down at the bottom, and they stopped because there was some handprint or scrubbings or something on the bottom of the tree they were looking at. Is that right? So they stopped to look at that. I kept coming on the ridge, and I got up here, and I was looking down, like at our cars down there now, looking at the road, and it was quiet. I heard like a click or something got my attention. I took one step back and looked about my 4 o'clock over towards those trees, and I'm looking, about 25 yards away, I see something behind one of the trees. And I'm looking, in your mind, you're trying to think, is that a bear? What is that, because you don't know. The hands were wrapped around the tree, and it was kind of like leaning to the left side. And I'm still looking like you're in shock. I could see this right shoulder was still on that side of the tree.
Oh, wow.
So I said, Scott, I thought they were right behind me. Well, they weren't. They were still at the bottom.
We were way down that trail.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm looking at it again. It's doing like this bouncing kind of thing. And I know it sees me because I'm looking at it in its eyes. It's looking at me. We made eye contact. And it started bouncing a little bit more. And I say, Scott! And he heard my voice, and he said he knew something was wrong then.
Yeah. We came down that trail and got up here, and she was looking that direction, and she was like, you could tell the adrenaline was running through her. She was like a tickle me on my... We got up here and said, what is it? We wasn't sure.
Well, I
at
was
that point.
pointing.
Yeah. And she says, I saw it right there. And we're like, well, where?
Mm-hmm.
And she says, right there behind that tree. And her and our friend walked over and stood behind that tree.
Yeah.
And wasn't but about 25 yards away. And I said, well, how high was it? She got pointing to the tree.
Yeah.
I mean, they're standing on the back side of that tree, and I'm looking at them like, wow, this guy's pretty tall.
Mm-hmm.
He says, when y'all started coming up, he dropped down and took off.
It dropped like a puff of smoke. Poof, it was gone. And the only thing, when we went over there and found where it was standing at, you could see where something on all fours had dug in.
Oh, wow.
I mean, and just cut through the...
Really?
There's a big...
Did you hear it?
I didn't hear anything. Other than me calling his name, and I
Yeah.
got this. If I had, I was a cop for over 20 years.
Oh, okay.
If I had gave that description out of the height, I would have said about 6 foot tall.
Mm-hmm.
But when you get over there, you can see it was on a decline.
Oh, okay.
So it was standing on a, it had to be at like 7 or 7.5 foot tall.
At least.
Wow.
At least. It made enough good track. Me and our friend, we trailed down to this ravine.
Right.
So when you get down to this ravine, it's a pretty good distance across that ravine. It didn't run down through the ravine. It jumped it.
Wow.
All the way to the other side. Good 13, 14 yards across that ravine.
Wow.
For there.
Jeez.
Yeah, like I said, it was 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I wasn't expecting anything.
Yeah.
The biggest thing I'm afraid of out here is hogs.
Right.
There's so many hogs, you know, and usually I do carry. Didn't have my cell phone. Everything was in the Jeep.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't have thought about it. Honestly, I wouldn't have thought about any of that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it wasn't black. It was like a cinnamon color. That's the best way to describe it. It like a huge guy to me, wearing a heavy, like a fur coat.
Mm-hmm.
No hair on the face. It looked like clay, but it had these huge. They were either dark brown or black eyes. But
Wow.
I know it meant for me to see it. Otherwise, I wasn't looking that way. I was looking this way.
Yeah. Right.
So,
Why'd you turn around and look at it?
there was always one click, so it had to come from him or it or she, whatever.
Yeah.
Because I looked, directly where it come from.
And how long did you watch it for?
I heard the click, took a step back, and I looked. So I seen it for about a couple of seconds. I'm trying to, in your mind, you're trying to think, what is that?
Yeah.
Because there's nothing there to compare it to. You've never seen it. I have never seen it out that. Looked at it, called Scott, maybe 2 more seconds, and then, like I said, it was doing this kind of bouncy thing, and as soon as I called Scott again, boom. So a matter of maybe 5 or 6 seconds.
Wow. That's cool. Now, so we can't find the exact same tree, right?
Oh. We can get close.
We can get close to it? Let's try to get close to it. See if we can do a little bit of a recreation.
Right in here, you think? To the right? That tree? No, it was on decline. I don't think that was it. I think it's down here. Either way, it was on the decline.
Yeah.
And I was up there. It might have been close. It might have been one of those.
Well, still, that's pretty close.
It was very close. For me to see his face and have eye contact,
Yeah.
it was close.
Right.
There was no doubt he was looking at me, and I was looking at him.
Yeah.
And I'm going to tell you something else I don't tell a lot of people. When my friend and I got over here and Scott was still standing up there, we found it because, I don't even know how to say this, there was a huge pile of excrement.
Yeah.
I mean,
Poop.
Extremely fresh. If it had been cold, it'd still be smoking.
Yeah.
I've got pictures of it.
Really?
It was huge.
Wow.
My hunter husband up there, he can tell you what anything is by
Yeah.
looking at the scat.
Right.
So there was that. So I don't know what happened, if I scared him or if he
Yeah, well.
It was, it took me about 3 days, literally, because I kept telling myself, that had to be a bear.
Yeah.
But I knew it wasn't a bear.
Right.
No doubt in my mind about that. The biggest thing that stood out to me was that shoulder was still on that side of the tree.
Mm-hmm.
And it had its hands around the tree.
Wow. So you say it would be a tree comparable to like this size?
Probably more like, I don't think it was that big, but maybe a little bit bigger than that. So it was like one of these 3 trees.
Right, okay.
But still, that shoulder, just that hanging out that right side of the tree.
Yeah.
And like I say, when I looked at it, I would have said it was probably about 6 foot tall, but it was it was taller than that by the time I got down here. And it tore off and went across that ravine.
Wow. So wow. Would you mind going up to where you were standing?
Let me see if I can get back up.
Yeah. And I'm going to stay down here, and Gwen, if you want to go back up with her.
Up
top here, yeah.
But it wasn't like, it was loose. And his arms were still out, and his head was up here. And he was...
He's probably standing back to us, too.
Yeah. And there was about 5 of us one night walking down that road where we come up. Yeah. And it come off that ridge. It was dark. It was probably about 11 o'clock at night, I think. You ever heard something coming through the woods, or like if you're a rabbit, when you get prepared to be hit, and you're just like, I was on that side of him, on this side, and I was holding his hand. I just grabbed it.
Oh, really?
Because he thought we were fixing to be hit.
Really? You didn't have.
No, it stopped about 10
It
yards.
stopped.
Wow.
I'm not sure if it helped us. or if it come down the Dakota Trail right there and peeled off, but I never hear anything peel off. It's just like it come to a complete stop.
Wow.
But that night right there, I knew we were running slap over. It came off the top of this ridge right here. And all this little mountain laurel and stuff, it was busting through that like a boom mark.
Yeah.
It was big. Whatever it was big.
Wow.
We've been down there camping too and have logs hurled into the campground.
Really?
Rocks.
Yeah. Wow. What about here and stuff? Do you hear stuff?
While we were here,
Yeah.
well,
A little bit here.
it would come into. We've had other people we go camping with that have been doing this longer than us. They've had so much activity here, like the name being called was reported.
Oh, wow.
The coolers being open, like bear-proof coolers.
So Gwen and I are currently hiking Brasstown Bald Mountain, which is Georgia's highest peak. I'm pretty out of shape, so this might not be a good hike. It's only 6/10 of a mile, but it's going to be a rough one. The peak, the summit of the 4,784-foot Brasstown Bald Mountain, which is the highest point in Georgia. And I'm going to take you up there now. Wow. Holy hell.
Absolutely gorgeous view.
Wow.
Down there is where our car is parked. We walked 6/10 of a mile up a very steep mountain. Won't say I will do that again, but it was well worth this view. Well worth this view. Somebody's house is burning down because I hear the fire department's tone.
Wow, you can see the skyline of Atlanta. Well, you're supposed to be able to. What do you think?
Beautiful.
As you trip and fall.
Here. Man, absolutely amazing.